Hello everybody, how y'all doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to another video hyping up the revision competitions that are happening 7th to 10th of April in Saarbrücken, Germany. Hope to see you all there as usual. I'm very excited specifically about this competition in particular. On the last few years it has been blowing up in terms of quality, as it had some ridiculous entries being submitted to the competition, and I'm very excited to explain the whole things regarding executable graphics in particular. So first things first, we need to take a look at the rules, what are exactly allowed and what is not allowed for revision. So what is executable graphics in a summary? So it's a single static image, not real time. Single static image, you have a 4 kilobyte executable file to generate that image. So you're not supposed to compress an image and then show it. You're supposed to be procedurally generating all the elements in the image. And what this allows for those 30 seconds of rendering and being a static is that you can do more advanced things that you wouldn't be able to do if it was a rendered image. So you can do some post-processing, you can do raycasting, you could put a lot more elements into the scene than you would do if it's a normal real-time thing. And you have those 30 seconds to render everything together. At revision in particular, you need to have a black screen before you reveal the image. A few other competitions allow you to show the steps. So if it's, for example, I don't know, a fractal image that is getting layered on top of each other slowly, you could show those different steps. At revision, you can't. Single black screen, show the image, maximum resolution, full HD, and you have 30 seconds. Make sure you check the Compo PC specs to make sure that your image gets rendered on time. So yeah, very interesting limitations. This was a compo that first showed up at Wednesday 2005, so it has a very long history, and it was created for people who are, coders, programmers, but want to do some graphics things. So they made a compo specifically for them, and it blew up throughout the years. A lot of it was mostly due to popularity by IQ of RGBA, which is a phenomenal person behind doing rendering things and procedural generated graphics, and he popularized the competition a lot throughout the Breakpoint years. Mostly every single year at Breakpoint he would have a killer piece. And yeah, Compo died out a little bit. We'll talk a bit more about that. If you want to know the full history of executable graphics, actually this website is not the ideal, but the full history you could probably find as procedural graphics productions listed on Puet, and you can find all of the productions there. This site in particular, Executable Graphics, explains what executable graphics is and has this good curated gallery of just the best works that were released throughout the years. It's completely subjective, picked by YX. She created the website, and some people helped translate into different languages for accessibility things. But it's very nice, like online virtual gallery of the different images that different people have done throughout the years. So this is what you usually can do with procedural graphics. And let's take a look at what we can do at revision itself. There's this tool also by YX, tool framework called Blossom, which allows you has the basic things for you to do a 4K executable graphics based on shader coding. So if you're into shader coding, like for example dabbled with Shader Toy or the Bonzomatic things that we use for the shader live coding at demo parties, this is easy to just copy paste your shaders, put it here, and you have the basic framework. You can also rearrange it, to add different buffer passes and stuff like that. You can also not go for the shader way, and you could do geometry and things like that, so or even software rendering. But this is a nice place to start if you are into shader coding. Anyways, into the history of revision. So in 2012 was the first year that revision had executable graphics. I don't know why it didn't exist in 2011, because Breakpoint used to have this compo, so I don't know what happened there. Only 6 entries, so not that many. Well, one was disqualified, was for the VCS. Not sure if the platform was not allowed or if it was disqualified because it's a single compressed image, but either way. 6th place, Piggy by Mac, making a reference to Peppa Pig. Night Air by Lucid. Lobster Vision. This screenshot was very badly quality taken. Very nice, like different kind of rendering technique, which is also very interesting to see at different executable graphics competitions. Megahertz, very nice rendering here with some glass sort of thing made by Absturzen Akademiker. And the winner, maybe the real party, is Outside by Psycho of Looney. So this was 2012. Not a particularly interesting year. Yeah, some interesting entries in here, but nothing extremely overwhelmingly mind-blowing. 2013. This was the year of EvilBot, so that's why there's some EvilBot references in here. I'm not quite sure what this is. I guess it's some way to generate the strokes of the thing. Interesting. Tension Horror, Mumak also releasing something. Gargai and Zoom did this very interesting piece, also with some different renderings. Very cool. To simulate fur. Hello Vas reference, which is a meme on the demo scene, and this got second place. And the first place went for Mercury with Brain Control. A nice little render here. I guess it's all everything shader based. Really cool stuff. In 2014, Painter's Teaser, Blueberry had been developing this system for the Amiga, and they did accept Amiga, so they accepted other platforms back then. In 2014, so I guess the limitation to be PC is somehow more recent. Element in 5th place, just a funny little image. Some Time to Penis is big on this one. A Drowning Forest, which doesn't look like a forest at all. It looks like fractals by Lovely Annabelle. Moon, there's a little bit of a wolf there, which is very interesting, although the image is a bit too dark, but might just be my monitor. And then Connoisseur, so definitely this year is known for sexual references in the executable graphics competition. In 2015, we had more competition, a nice little bat here. Puskama, so nice, another night scene, same as last year. Some fractals. Lovely Hannibal again. Lancet doing the London Bridge, I think. Reactor by Radio Plotus. Lotus by Tazadum, very clean rendering there. Oh, this one even does some additional post-processing stuff, so by Boise. Stuff by Dub, who left that shit on our engine room. By Psycho Loonies, and then Spectrum released Bina, and this was the winner one. Nice details here as well. So yeah, good compo already in 2015. 2016, not that many entries. Reference to EvilBot, Human Flesh, Landings. It's a nice little geometry thing. Evil Go, very nice homage to the Go game. Very good rendering, like you see reflections and stuff there. The RSI Temple by Fell, the RSI, and Nighttime. Oh, this looks very realistic. I like the clouds on this one. By Loonies. So congratulations, Loonies. 2017, so not that many entries. Some Easter references. Buddha Bar, very basic image. I'm not sure if the screenshot was just dark. Kerr Depression with some ponies. Urban Woods, more nighttime featuring, and Hubertus, very ominous image of a dead deer, I guess, in a swamp or a forest of some sort. Very nice style there by Pro of Nuance. 2018, another Easter thing, No Cube, No Panda, Cinefat for Soda, very 90s style rendering look. Something by Aberration Creations, Kyoto Temple by a Lovely Annabelle, and first place Tom the Bloss of Fairlight with Unmorten, which looks a bit dark, but if you look at it, it has a lot of very interesting details. It's all like procedural fractal worlds creating these sort of building structures thing, and seems like to be like a highway there, so it's a whole city generated with small little elements. Really cool image. Moving on to 2019, this is when things really kicked off for revision executable graphics. A lot of entries and a lot of very high quality things. 4 KBs, that's KB multiplied by 4, in case you didn't notice. Yumacon thing, so some people took the opportunity to make a flyer for their party for the executable graphics. Something Blue by Aurology, Spice is Vital, a reference to Dune. Zeal with a very nice specific rendering style here. Well, not rendering style, but a nice different look. Domo Arigato by Mr. Robot. Britannia. Oh, interesting. Using that poster formats, very cool as well. Oh, very nice style as well by TD Hopper here. Vaporwave-ish. Information Network by Musk, also very cool rendering. Is that it? By Psycho of Loonies, very spooky thing. I guess it's a reference to the It film that got released. Penrose Ray Traced, very nice Penrose thing there by YX. And I think this was the year that YX first showed up, maybe previous year. And then she got hyped up for this. Leap of Faith by Boise, also very good different rendering things here. I want to say rendering styles, but it's not really rendering styles. It's more like the digital, how can I call this? Image, graphic design, I guess. Graphic design choices. Pit Stop by Tropical Trevor. Looks like a screenshot of one of their intros that they were working on. A Fish Best Served Cold, a very nice different rendering techniques here by Fizzer. Like the water refraction, the fluffiness on the ice, the fluffiness on the fur, really cool. Zero Day Core, so some fractal rendering, realistically. Devour by Prism Beings, looking really cool, very stylish. And International Shipping won the compo by Black Love, Circracia Online. So very high quality competition that we had in 2019. And for me, this was when the compo really kicked off and I started paying more attention to this compo in particular. The next year, we'll see quite a lot of quality as well. Love Jesus, Kunimutsu by Lovely Hannibal, which is a remake of an image that you can find online. Access Control by Blackle has this very conceptual thing, making the, what you call them, the fence, grid fence. So it's like a cover album of some sort and some cabinets. So a conceptual thing. Backbone by CPDT. Mission Accomplished. Undefined Symbol. Really cool thing as well by Alia here. Endscape by Mr. Vox of Desire. Mr. Vox, you might know him for having done the code on the recent Rebels and Caladox demo, Return, which was nominated for Meteorix Award. So this was when Mr. Vox was doing stuff back in 2020. The Night Shift, a nice cat there, or cat silhouette, a nice very conceptual. And you can really see the difference between the previous years and this year. There seems to be like more concept behind every single image, which is really cool to see. And also, if you check the gallery, the curated gallery from YX, the executable.graphics website, it also picks a lot of these concept pieces, but they have a lot of technical thing behind it. Like, it can be realistic rendering, but it's really hard to get that realistic rendering on a procedural generated image. So there are the small things like that that technically are very impressive, but visually they also have this sort of concept image behind it. And I think that's the winner formula to get well placed on this concept. Musk also very clean rendering here, very good looking. O'Hare by Pro of Nuance, following up the realistic things that he did with the deer. Primitive Portrait, some people don't see the silhouette of the face there, a nice little touch. Narcissus by People, so nice. Basketball, so basketball with very realistic rendering, like the attention to detail, the reflections, really cool. Waterfall by Newson with a very specific style as well, looking really, really cool. Really like this one. The Real Party is in Your Pocket, like rendering 3 Game Boys with all the different plastic look. Like as an image, like you take a screenshot and it's easy, or if you compose this in a 3D rendering thing, it's easy. But to pack all this rendering, the different details of rendering techniques into an executable of 4 kilobytes, that's where the real glory comes. And then Hoodie, which was a completely mind killer, and there's a making of made by IQ. IQ is the master of executable graphics, and to have him return to competitions, he has been away from Europe for a very long time. That's why he hasn't been participating on these compos. He likes to be physically present when he's submitting an entry, and this was the first year online, so he could just submit remotely. And I mean, ridiculous high quality. And I must, if you haven't seen the video of him explaining how this is constructed, it's really great. If you're learning how to do shader coding and sign distance function stuff, you must see this video. It's really cool. Like just stuff like the hoodie being enclosing the face is already hard. The shadows of it, the braids. I have no clue how the hell you do braids with code, but IQ does, and he did a very killer image out of that. So really killer compo during the first years of the pandemic. The second year of the pandemic was also really quite cool. Had a lot of good entries again. Some smaller, quicker fillers here. Synmix doing a nice piece here. Last Drop, a realistic water drop. Final Girl, Tumble Tuss, which we've seen doing some stuff before, doing another fractal-based entry. Submit by YX, that's a gag ball, realistic leather and very good lighting. The World Is Not Enough by Nano Henry, NR4, which also was recently more active on the shader coding scene, demo scene. Soulman doing a Sam & Max reference, Sanitized by Moliv, and this was actually a challenge from Alia, which was doing this thing. If my memory serves me right, she was doing this thing, and she said that the ray tracing was too high quality that it could not be done within 30 seconds. So Moliv picked up on the challenge, and he actually tried to make a version of it that had the same refractions and stuff and could fit the compo limitations of the rendering time. So this is what came out of it. If my memory serves me right, I hope it is. Extrusion factors, also very interesting piece here. The cola is not completely convincing me, but it has nice reflections. Almost done. This was the year that the boat got stuck on that canal, so there were a lot of references to that. Initial Ink, a very nice piece by Alien, which was a newcomer to the Portuguese demo scene. Autumn Years by Prism Beings, excellent rendering. The Dude Abides, also very realistic, like the speed of the thing tilting, such a good detail. The reflections, the look of the wood. Like so many, it's these small details that really shine across, and if you're looking at it technically speaking, really helps build the hype for the competition and the quality of the images, because like it's such a simple idea, but all the little things that you have to put into it to make it look realistic and having that motion dynamic, it's just great. Bull by a Chinese demo scener also got quite a few praises, got nominated for an award. I think it even won the Best Executable Graphics Award, if I'm not mistaken. Making Good Progress by Fizzer, also again, all the attention to detail with the motion and the things. And you can even notice on the back, like different outtakes of different things taken before. So he had to re-render the same image or the different versions of the image in different styles and put them on the back just as small textures. Such attention to detail is really cool. You Are Here by T.D. Hopper, very conceptual piece as well, and excellent rendering. And the winner was Red Crash by Newson, which had a lot of different techniques involved according to the experts, like the fire, the smoke, the terrain generation, all that different stuff. So really good competition once again in 2021. Moving on to 2022, again a lot of entries and some pretty good quality. a link by Mr. Vooks again. 7 did a piece here as well, the red chair, revised reality. So a little bit of a take on one of the entries that won revision in 2013, I want to say. But this time with a fresher look and feel. And I think this was the first production of Dean Decoder as well. So his first entry ever on the demo scene. So very well made. Grazing by Blackle, very good idea as well. Concept piece of those oil things looking like they're cows on the meadows. Iridescence by Alien again, very stylish image, looking like the water but surreal sort of thing. Very cool colors as well. Summer by NR4, Bad Hair Day by Psycho of Loonies, completely different style from everything else. Across the Water by P. Mellon, and P. Mellon had not participated at revision before, but he has been dominating the executable graphics for a couple of years during this pandemic time. He's a relatively newcomer to the demo scene, and he has very good quality experience in terms of rendering, and he's been submitting a lot of very high quality pieces. And this was his entry for revision 2022. I was not particularly impressed with the background, but I mean, it has a lot of very cool realistic elements, but the composition overall didn't completely impress me comparing to the other pieces that he has made. I love his other stuff a lot more, but always great to see another entry from him. YX with another piece, very conceptual thing, and this looks very easy to do if you were doing 2D stuff, but this is all shader based, so all the lines that are really hard to get on shader coding to do all those things. And I think it's a really smart idea. I really like the patterns and stuff, so it seems easy to compose in Photoshop or something like that. You could just, draw the stuff, add the textures, but to do everything procedurally, that's where the really like, how the hell did she do that comes from. Like the pattern on the backdrop, I think it's called backdrop, where you lay the cards, the pattern on the cards themselves, the details to do the stuff realistically, the card details themselves, the small blur post effect that it has, that small depth of field. So a lot of very interesting details, and I think she did a write-up on this one as well, showing like that she didn't do the whole card, she only did that little part on the top that was actually visible. And then the winner was for Prism Beings. Again, very nice image, a lot of details, very good use of fractals with some realistic rendering on it. So yeah, I'm gonna show this on high quality as I wrap up the thing. Very cool compo, very good entries, especially in the last 3-4 years. The quality has really ramped up. A lot of the people who usually do 4K intros, 8K intros, doing them real time, usually try to do an executable image as well. Some of these people also overlap into the animation competition, the animated GIF competition, which also can reuse a lot of these techniques of, doing a very high quality render of something and just doing a loop out of it to make a GIF out of that. So love this compo, very much looking forward to see entries that people are submitting to it, and yeah, hope you're excited as well. And if you're a newcomer, this is a very low barrier thing to enter, especially if you already know shader coding of some sort. I think it's a really cool place to start, and we have seen excuse me, we have seen quite a few newcomers doing their first entries at executable graphics competitions in the past, both at Revision and Evoke. I'm remembering 2 or 3 names out of the top of my head right now. So it's a great place for you to start. If you're a newcomer, you don't know what competitions to go for, try this one. It's just doing a single image. You can add as much detail to it as you want. So give it a try. So hope you see your entries. See you at Revision, everybody. Take care. Have a great day.